right, so just finishing up week 8 of my 18-month program. So we've still got a long ways to go. I don't really have too much of an update this week. I didn't really stick to any really diet goals. I don't know, just like the last 2 or 3 weeks, especially the last 2 weeks, I just feel like, not with the workouts or anything in particular, just in general, I feel like things have been off. And my roommate said the same thing, like it's just when I'm doing good mentally, like whenever I can focus and everything, like everything seems to like come together. But I feel like I've been struggling, especially this last week, to like really get like directed and focused on all the things that I need to, especially in terms of like class and school. I've been doing, thankfully, over the last couple of years, I've worked on putting together like habits and things that when I get in a time like this, I'm able to better stay on track because I've got like this habit tracker, and even if I don't stay like totally on track, I'm still more or less can keep it together. So yeah, I've really been struggling with that this last week. And so really like the diet and workouts haven't been like at the top of my list, but I still did it. I still went and got my workouts in every day. And I actually, towards the end of the week, I had a couple of really good workouts. I feel like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday were really good. Actually, I skipped my workout on Wednesday and I did it on Saturday. So I had a really good back workout yesterday, actually. And this is the first time like I'm really feeling a little bit of soreness in my lats. Because I've mentioned before, the limitation on my back day is my forearm strength and my grip strength, and it's definitely gotten better than like a few years ago when I first started working out. Like I had no grip strength, and I even tried at one point I wanted to try like pole dancing, like just for fitness, and I even like was taking some classes, and I got a pole to put in my house, and like I just had so much trouble like gripping the pole to be able to do it. So I'm hoping maybe like this workout I can get back into that, because I'll have more grip strength to be able to do that a little bit better. But yeah, I talked about using the gloves, so I used the gloves yesterday, and I think that did help a little bit. And then I'll try to remember to show you next week, but there's these other gloves that I have. Are they called Versa grips or something? But it's kind of like those ones that like the heavy lifters will use to kind of like wrap around the pole or the handles when they're doing their workouts, to really like take the pressure off of like your forearms and your hands, so that you're really like using the muscles that you're trying to target in the exercises. But yeah, I definitely moved up, especially Friday, my leg workout. I went hard on like my thrusters and everything. And last week I had kind of talked about how I was just feeling soft. I wasn't feeling muscular, like, because since I started working out, I have felt like even if I didn't look like I was making changes, it felt like it. And last week I'd kind of like lost that feeling. But I'm feeling it again this week. Like my legs are feeling pretty solid. I definitely feel like my back feels like it's starting to come together, at least underneath. So yeah, even though like my head was kind of all over the place this week, I still was able to get in my workouts. And I still, even though I'm not really like trying to stick to my diet, because I think it would be easier like whenever I do actually like get with a trainer. And I'm wondering, maybe I should look ahead on my program, because I'm still in like phase 1 for these first 10 weeks. I'm hoping towards the end they may give us like a lined out meal plan, maybe not. But in any case, I'm gonna stick to this. I'm proud of myself, honestly, for even tracking my calories every day, because I'm the type of person that'll get into something, I'll be on top of like tracking for like 2 weeks, and then I'll just fall off and just won't get back to it. And I can't believe that I've been like, even if I'm not like hitting my goals or whatever, I'm still tracking everything. And so I'm just proud of myself for that, honestly. But yeah, this week my calories just went kind of up and down. Like some days I was like hitting my goal of like 18, below 1800. Um, most days I was trying to get like right at that previously, but now I'm just kind of like whatever happens, but I'm just gonna track it. And some days I was like way below it. I was like 1500. Some days I was like over 2000, but my weight has still stayed the same. It's been the same. Like my average weight, even though I felt like I was still eating pretty high calories, my weight started dropping just naturally, because I ate a lot I think I ate like 2,800 calories last Sunday, and then my weight dropped like 2 pounds. And so I don't know, I came across this TikTok of this guy talking about how I think he was a trainer and he had started like training more women, and he was talking to this other guy about how crazy, how different it is working with women. And he was like, I've seen women drop or gain, like 10, 12, 13 pounds just overnight for no reason. And, just our hormones and our bodies work differently, I think. So I was kind of shocked. I think it was Monday that even though I was still eating a lot of calories, like my weight just dropped. And I did notice, not this last week, but the week before, I was like thirsty a lot. And I do seem to notice that in my cycle. It seems like there's like, and I notice it in particular because there's certain, it's like once a month or so, I will wake up in the middle of the night just so thirsty. And then I'm like, okay, this is my thirsty time. And that happened week before last, especially towards the end of the week. I was just like thirsty a lot, drinking a lot of water. And then, it was like this week, I wasn't as thirsty. It was almost like I had to force myself to drink because I wasn't feeling thirsty. And then my weight also kind of like dropped. So I was around 138, 139, 140 all week, and the average weight was 139.9. So yeah, I didn't think I was gonna have a lot to talk about. Like, I just thought this was gonna be really quick, but now that I'm thinking about it, like I just keep remembering things. But yeah, this week was all over the place, kind of like this video. I did, for most of the days, I was trying to get, especially towards the end of the week, I felt like I was starting to get a little bit back on track towards the end of the week. I am trying to consciously like drink a protein shake in the morning, because if I don't have a protein shake, I just will not get that much protein in my diet. And so, yeah, I'm still going to do that because that'll give me at least 50 grams of protein a day, on top of whatever else I eat. And that's another thing, my roommate, he gets into these, like, he will eat the same exact thing for like 2 months. And like, there was a couple months ago, he was eating like sushi every single day for lunch and for dinner, and then he would like cook like some steak or some lamb or something at home, and like that's what he would have every single day. For the past few weeks, there's this restaurant, I don't know if this restaurant is everywhere, but it's like a chain around here called McAllister's, and they do have like vegan options. And he will get this sandwich, it's this veggie sandwich, and so it's just vegetables. And he doesn't like to eat the whole thing. So what he's been doing for dinner every day is he'll go to the gym at night, and then he'll pick up that, and he's been on Popeyes and McAllister's for like the last 2 or 3 weeks. And so he'll pick up Popeyes, he'll pick up McAllister's, he'll get a sandwich. And I really like their broccoli. Like, I didn't like broccoli when I was a kid, but it's like ever since I've gone vegan, like I really love broccoli now. And so he'll pick up a sandwich and he'll pick up 2 sides of broccoli. So we'll each eat half a sandwich and broccoli, which I love the sandwich. It tastes really good, but it's like a lot of carbs, no protein. And so I think that's part of the reason my protein's getting thrown off. But I do like eating those sandwiches at night. But so I think I'm going to struggle a little bit with getting my protein in at dinner as long as he keeps doing that. But give it another month and he'll be on to something else that he'll be eating. And so, but for now, I'm just going with it and not worrying about it. But, what else? Yeah, I, I feel like I'm saying this, but I feel like people are going to be thinking like, oh, you're falling off, you're not being as strict on yourself. But I think part of it too is like, I'm getting into the semester now. I'm in my last semester of classes for my PhD program. I'm taking one class that is basically just like a big project. And so we're having like meetings with my team every week. We're finally getting into like the meat of the project. We're having to put together like our study methods, and we're going to have to start collecting data and things like that. And so that's kind of ramping up. And then like in another probably 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to start taking my qualifying exams, which is like at the end of my PhD program, you've taken all your classes and then you take like these exams, which take about 2 months to finish. So I'm going to start getting my questions for that coming in. So basically it's not like a regular exam, it's take home. And the way it goes, I think, is they'll give you like 2 questions and you have a month to like go into a lot of detail and answer these questions as best you can, and then you'll turn those in, and then I'll get 2 more questions, and then I'll have a month to answer those questions, and then I'll have to like meet with my committee and defend my responses, and then if I pass that, then I'm good to just like really focus on my dissertation after that. So basically what I'm trying to say is I'm going to keep doing my workouts, like 100%. I'm going to keep doing my workouts. I'm going to keep tracking my meals, but I just don't know how serious I'm going to be able to be on this. Like I'm not going to be able to put my full effort into this for probably like another 2 or 3 months. But once the semester's over, I should free up a lot more time and like mental space for me. To be able to focus more on this. And then also, like I said, this is kind of about building habits and things like that. So I think by the time around the time that I finish this 18-month program, I should be finishing up my dissertation and all that. And then my plan is to, get with a coach after that. So I think like once I have a coach, once I have like a set goal of like competing, then I don't think like getting on track with the diet and really like pushing with the workouts and everything like that will be hard. I feel like this is building up to that, and I think this is going to be really good to just stick to this while I'm finishing up school, and then really, really, really focus on it once I finish school, and then, just really be able to focus on that. But I'm not giving up by any means, but yeah, I do feel like I'm falling off a little bit in terms of like really focusing on the diet and all that stuff for now. But I'm going to keep sticking to it. I'm going to keep pushing at the gym. My weights and my workouts is, intensity is definitely going up. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I'll run through my apps real quick and then do my measurements. I don't expect there to be any changes this week, but what I'm hoping, I'm going to keep doing it weekly, and then, hopefully once I get like a few months in, even though it doesn't look like I'm making that much progress week by week, I'm hoping over the course of several months, I'll start to be seeing some changes. But I've still got 2 more weeks left in this phase, and then I'll move on to the next phase, and we'll see how things kind of switch up. But yep, that's it for now. Yeah, I'll hop on my apps and do my measurements. All right, so here's what I was talking about with my weight. So yeah, last Sunday I weighed in at 142.4, and then Monday morning, without even eating a lot of calories on Sunday, it just dropped to 139.9. And then it's just kind of stayed, like I said, 138, 139, 140. And then today I was 138.7. If you look at it over time, yeah, you can see how it just kind of shot up those few days that I was just like drinking a ton of water, and then it just like dropped down completely. So water weight is definitely a thing. See, if you look over the course of, let's go out to a year. So yeah, I started out back in June at like over 160. And then I started that 12-week program in September. So that's what I'm saying. I think if I have like a program where I see like an end date and an end goal, I am able to get on it and just really stick to it, because I did over those it was a 12-week program. So yeah, over those few months that I was on that program, like I did make some pretty drastic changes. But since that ended and this program is a little looser, my weight did come back up, but it's kind of like stabilized now, I guess, at around 140. So yeah, that's where I'm at on that. Let's see my Fitness Pal. What am I looking at? Here we go. So yeah, in terms of calories, yeah, I had like 2,800 on Sunday, over 2,000 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was like 1,500, Thursday was back up over 2,000, Friday was 1,400. So yeah, it's just kind of random, up and down throughout the week. In terms of my macros, I did better. The protein's that yellow there. Yeah, I did better on certain days than others, but I still wasn't really... I want to try to hit 140 grams, so that would be like 1 gram per pound of body weight. My average for protein was about 100 grams a day. Some days it was higher, closer to 140. Other days it was lower. So it's just been kind of fluctuating. Carbs are still high. I've been still eating fruit, and then those McAllister's sandwiches. It's got the bread and all that. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, not really gonna focus that much on the macros and stuff now while I'm just trying to get through school, but I'll get back on it at some point. But that's where I'm at for now. Anything else? Let's see how my sleep has been. It's been pretty good, I think. I also saw this other TikTok video where they were talking about how women, because of our hormones, we need more sleep than men. So yeah, I do feel like I need a lot of sleep, and I've been getting pretty good sleep for most days. I average about 8 to closer to 9 hours, so at least that's been staying pretty good. But yeah, I will get over to my measurements real quick. Okay, so I know I've been doing this in my practice bikini, but to be honest, I don't feel like changing into it today, so I'm just gonna do it in my bra and underwear. Okay, so here's how we look. Same as always. And I will just get right into the measurements. Okay, so my band is 130.5. last week, not 130, 30.5. So that's a little bit higher than last week, but it's been going around that, like between like 30 and 31 this whole time. This may be a little bit different because I got a different top on. And actually this top may be better because the practice bikini does have a little bit of padding in it. So, and this one doesn't. So it looks like it's like 34.25. And I think that is lower than last week, but I think it is because this top doesn't have yeah, last week it was 36, so maybe that top has quite a bit of padding. And the waist, I'll make a note that I switched up the tops this week. Looks like right at 31. I think it's about the same. Oh, actually it went down. Yeah, maybe it was that water weight from last week. Last week it was like close to 32, but this one is like right at 31 this time. And then my hips. Right at 39. My hips are bigger. My thigh. $21.25. So yeah, my thighs have been between like 21, 22 this whole time. All right, so that's it. I don't know, don't really have any goals for next week besides just getting my workouts in and just continuing to track my meals. Trying to get a protein shake in every day and trying to add in a little bit more protein, but I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. Be back next week with another update.